そしたら、あとまだ行ってないところは、この、おばあさんにはさっき話したし、この小屋はまだ行ってないよね、多分ね。これ子供か？これなんだ？鷹かなんだろう。ちょっと待ってね。部屋だけ見させて。話しかけてみようか。
Hello, mister.
ちっちゃなリリー。4、5歳になろうかという少女がソファーに座り、好奇心を隠そうともせずにあなたを見ている。
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
こんなちっちゃい子がこんなとこで何をしてるんだ？じゃあこれはどうかな。君はリリエーヌの娘か？
Yes, I am. Little Lily. You know my mom?
さっきあった。
That's nice. My mom is great. She's never angry or anything.
じゃあリリエーヌって何人子供がいるの？あの双子でしょ？それからこの子で3人？結構子供3人もいるとさ、養うのだけでも大変じゃない？ね。なんだっけ。これで、表にいる双子はあんたの兄弟か。
Yes. They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside. They look the same. Sometimes I can't tell them apart.
そう、そっくりだった双子だしね。
They look identical.
かわいい子だね。食うのと大違いだわ。これ聞いてみようか。あれは何なんだ？天井からぶら下がっている鳥の剥製を指さす。
It's a grouse.
いや、グロックはないけどさ。
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you replace the broken skewer you almost certainly broke.
あれか。カモメの剥製か。主人公が壊したっていう。そっか。あれの代わりにしろと？そうだな。何に使うんだ？
I don't know.
あの剥製は誰のものなんだ？もらってもいいか？そういう鳥の剥製が大好きなやつを知ってるんだ。
Sure. Just go and get it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
まあ、剥製って考えてみたら結構残酷だよね。
Alright. You just need to grab it from the ceiling and go.
わかった。じゃあ後で回収するわ。そうね。君が持ってるのはなんだ？
It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of. Like.
彼女は、毛羽立った野獣を持ち上げてあなたに見せると。何のぬいぐるみなんだろうね。
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
私もちっちゃい頃ぬいぐるみを持ってたけどね。やっぱり持ってるとどんどん擦り切れてさ、だんだんこうみすぼらしくなってくるよね、ぬいぐるみって。なんか懐かしいな。そうね。ランビーは随分くたびれてるみたいだな。
Yes. Lammy has lived a long life. Lammy was a
レブなんだろう、レバショールかな。レバショール人？
No! That's not it! You know what you are, Lammy?
何だったんだろう。
I think she means revolutionary.
革命家。革命家のぬいぐるみ。
Yes! Lammy was a revolutionary.
レボリューションね。そうね。この辺に住んでいる女の子がアーマーのグローブを持っているって聞いたんだが、君か。あれ、こんな情報あったっけ？どっかで聞いたのかな？覚えてないや。
Oh, I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too.
マジで？本当に？
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
マジで？このグローブってあれだよね。被害者がしてたアーマーのグローブだと思うんだけど。
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
で、そのグローブは今どこにある？
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them. They're stupid.
うん。そう言ってぬいぐるみを持ち上げ、同意を求めるようにまだ残っている方の目を覗き込むと。うん、リリーの方が賢い感じがするね、確かに。
We're going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
うん。なるほど。警察のお仕事とゆっくり発音すると。うん。やっぱりキムの方が子供の扱いには長けてるな。
Oh.
うん。彼女にはピンときていないようだが、警部補の口調から大切なということは伝わったようだと。
They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good.
砂のお城の下に隠したのね。後で回収するよ。じゃあルビーっていう人を知らないか。
Luby. Luby.
それ
My
で
mom tells me I'm a big girl. But she doesn't know that I can't say Earl. Or like, sometimes I can. But then, Uller.
うんうん。
Kids.
じゃあ知らないってことか。ダメか。じゃあさよならかな。
Bye!
バイバイ。かわいいな。それでこれか。エリマキライチョウの剥製だって。どうなんだ？これはアイテムなのか？これか。立派な剥製だな。うんうん。機嫌がちょっぴり悪そうだって。剥製に機嫌もあるのかな。そしたら、グローブ回収しに行くか。どこだ？あれかな？裏っつったよね。裏の砂の城の下っつったよね。これだね。
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
そうね。壊れてる。
The little castle? The reigning lord must have come upon some really tough times to let it sleep in such decrepitude.
そうだね。子供の時よく砂場でさ、このお城を作ったりさ、あとトンネルを作ってさ、水流したりして遊んだ記憶があるな。まあいいや。それで、地下墓地に手を伸ばし、光る物体を引き抜くと。
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
マジか。ブーツの時はあんなに苦労したのに、ガントレットの方がこんな早く手に入れられるんだ。
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
そうだね。よし。まあちょっとね、なんだっけ、リリーのそのお城を崩しちゃったのは申し訳ないけど、それじゃあどうしようかなと次は。この辺見てみようか。多分ね、今この辺にいるんだろうね、きっとね。漁師たちの小屋のとこだから。もうちょっと西に行ってみようか。この建物は何だろうな。鉄格子で覆われている。これは
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D.
フェルド電子。
A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
未来はささやき一つの先にある。
Looks like tomorrow never came.
そうだね。近くに寄ってみる。
Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
どういうことだろ この場所を知っている気がする。なぜだ？
Indeed, somehow you knew it was here. An urban ruin gutted by looters that once used to consume money and dispense warmth and light.
この辺りはあれなんだね。きっと昔は、おそらくその革命ってものの前は栄えてたのかもしれないね。
You felt it before when it rained in Martinez, and you felt the cold of the rain. The feeling persists. It has been in you ever since.
ちょっとわかんないんだよな。主人公はここが栄えていた時代を知ってるのかな。よくわかんないや。この建物はなんだ？
Some sort of industrial room? I don't recognize the name of the company. R&D used to mean research and development. It looks long abandoned.
リサーチ&ディベロップメント。なんだろうね。ルビーのやつ、この中に潜んでたりしないだろうか。
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there. Or in that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe.
まあね、可能性が高そうな場所はいっぱいあるね。
Why single out this one building?
いや、たまたま目に入ったからなんだけど。3%？ 何これ？これ、オカンのスキルって7だから結構高いと思うんだけど、それでも 3% か。今やめとくか。立ち去る。なんだろう。何があんだろう、ここ。じゃあアイテムだけ回収していくか。
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad.
そうね。触る？
The cloth, if you can still call it that, makes a soft crunching sound as you thrust your finger into it.
はいはい。観察する。
It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth.
ジャケットか。
It seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid it out on this fence to dry out. Unfortunately, that just seems to have stiffened it into a shapeless mass.
これもう着れないだろう。
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
あ、そっか、これかもしんないな。酔っ払いのイディオットドゥームスパイラルの、ジャケット。これよ、きっと。
I'm sure he'll be thrilled to have it returned.
めちゃくちゃ臭そうだな。いいや、じゃあこれを、回収してあげよう。これ、ちなみに主人公は装備できるのか？あ、主人公装備はできないね。あ、これガントレットか。そっかそっか。他には？お金とか装備品ぐらいしか落ちてないな。これはなんだ？
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
見ろよ、キム。ここにも弾痕がある。ここで何か起きたに違いない。
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinez sense.
そうだね。
Grim affairs.
すごいよね、この弾の跡。これもしかしてあれかな。銃殺刑のなんか現場なのかな、これ。
Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days.
なぜだ？
The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in this world.
なるほどね。そしたら、ここか。視覚計算。3か。確かね、ちょっと待ってね。視覚計算をプラスするアイテムを持ってた気がしたんだけど、なんだっけ。待ってね。とりあえず視覚計算をプラスする装備を、つけたん
A
で。
scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one
それでも
corner to the other.
42% か。まあいいや、ホワイトチェックだからな。やってみよう。
A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound, no movement.
あ、これやっぱりあれか、やっぱ銃殺刑の現場だったんだね、きっとね。これあれからその昔あった革命の時の話なのかね。
10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side.
一人の人物が立っている。
A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains.
これは何なんだ？
The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed.
なるほどね。それで、壁に向かって立つ人たちを見る。
A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes.
なるほどね。それで、
They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. Ordinary people, familiar, each and every one of them.
まあそうだろうね。そんなもんだよね、きっとね。この人たちは誰だろう？
Foreign dissidents, unwashed criminals, and hoi polloi. Such is your belief, officer. Maybe you should change it. They were praying, screaming.
一列に並ぶ兵士たちを見る。
7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one?
どちら側の人間なんだろうね。
Men of duty, dark duty.
こいつらは誰だ？
Martyrs of the nation, the ardent knights, the few who had the guts to do this.
横に立っている人物を見る。
The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
キム、誰が誰を処刑したんだ？
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution.
革命に関わったどちら側の人間であってもおかしくないと。 それで
Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces.
なるほどね。それで次に進む。
It could even have been the employees of the failed R&D center down the coast, as their building was taken over by the revolutionaries.
Or maybe
連合側か、いわゆる、倫理主義者たちっていう可能性は
Yeah, it's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall.
その革命のことってよくわかんないけどさ、結局その連合側が、その革命の真の勝者ってことになるんだよね、きっと。で、
To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was the commandant, the superior giving the orders.
なるほどね。じゃあ実際はこの処刑された人たちが誰で、処刑をした方が誰かっていうのはわからないってことか。
a cold sea wind blows away the figures. Behind this building, the other one, once filled with engineers and designers of Feld Electric, now collapsed and dead, but for some rats. You feel drawn, for some reason, to the faded mural again.
はい。このフェルド電子ってさっきのやつだよね。さっきの建物だよね。アイテムを大体回収したと思うんだけど、今どこにいんだ？さっきの銃殺刑のとこでしょ？あとフィールドエレクトリカルだっけ？壁になんか書いてあったところ？あれがここだよね。でそこから上に来たから、多分ここら辺に今いると思うんだよ、主人公たちは。で、なんだこれ。これは何？人がいる。なんですか？
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
悪臭？何の匂いだ？
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency, that faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that.
異臭？
Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear.
なんだ？気をつけろよ、警部補。何かがおかし
The
い。
lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
これ人だよね。ちょっとクイックセーブさせて。まずゴミ箱調べてみよう。
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
空き瓶を調べる。
Two empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
別に拾おうとなんて思ってないよ。
A tragedy.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness.
タバコのパックを調べる。
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra.
多分ね、次電気化学が出てくると思う。
Now,
やっぱりね。
this makes partying look
やっぱり
bad.
ね。
Still, don't let it sway you. You're responsible.
はい、出てくると思いました。ケバブの包装紙を調べる。
You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol.
ケバブ美味しいよね。
It's no older than a day or two. No mold yet.
いや、食べるなよ。絶対食べようとするなよ。
It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief.
はいはい。いいや。これで、じゃあこの人に話しかけてみようか。なんでこんなとこで寝てんだよ、この人。
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper.
死体？死んでんのこれ。
Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet.
あれもしかしてこれは ここのこの隙間に足を取られて、でひっくり返った時に多分このベンチに頭を打って、それで首の骨折っちゃったのかもしれないね。それで死んじゃったとか。酔っ払ってたのかもしれないしね、これね、もしかして。
The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Hold on.
キムは死体のそばにしゃがみ、その顔を観察する。膨張した2つの目が彼を見つめ返すが、そこには一片の生命の兆しも感じられない。
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself.
マジで。
Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body.
わかった。
Breathe.
わかったわかった。じゃあね、男の服装を調べる。
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest.
で、
The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made. A cool leather jacket with a bolt of blue? Oh no. This sounds terribly familiar.
なんだっけ、覚えてないや。ポケットをも探る。
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
図書カードに名前とかが書いてないかね。男を調べる。
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole.
で、
You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine or 1.5 of spirits.
あんまりそのお酒のことよく知らないけどさ、こんだけ飲んだら相当酔っ払うってことだけはわかるよね。
Or maybe it was just dark.
男の顔を調べる。
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze.
ね、目を開けたまま死んでるんだね。
Height 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair. Stout build. Age approximately 50 to 60 years.
周囲の環境を調べる。
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
男の頭部を調べる。
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch.
なるほど。じゃあ首の骨を折ったんじゃなくってあれか。頭部を打ちつけて死んじゃったのかな。
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
そうね。はっきりとはわからないな。
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
頭打って死んだか。床板を踏んでみる。
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile.
どっちだろうね。穴が開いてたのか、それとも床板が抜けちゃったのか。
You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet.
やめてよ。怖いこと言わないでよ。
He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him.
そうだね。酒瓶を調べる。
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
相当飲んでるな。
It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Tear all around us.
キムがぼやく。硬化投入式の望遠鏡のそばにある2本の瓶からあなたの持つ黄色いビニール袋に彼の視線が映ると。
I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
分かったよ。
True. It feels disrespectful.
そうだね。チューインガムの包装紙を調べる。
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
やだな。中を覗く。
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is,
何？
I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
そうなんだ。その酒の匂いを消すためにみんなチューインガムを噛むんだ。後ずさる。
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
この男は誰なんだ？
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
そうね。
A dead working class man with a bottle in his hand? Don't deceive yourself. You know who this is.
そっか。わかった。はいはい。わかった。そう言われてわかったよ。これあれなんだよね。動画にちょっとしてないんだけど、なんだっけ。プレザンスさんの本屋の前に女性が立ってて、で、その人がね、旦那が帰ってこないって話をしてたのね。それで、じゃあ、旦那さん探してあげるよっていうタスクを引き受けたんだけど、多分行方不明の旦那さんがこの人なんだろうね。かわいそうにな。旦那さん死んじゃってるよ。俺たちはこの男を知っている。あの労働者階級の女の行方不明の夫だ。まさか遊歩道で死んでいるとは。
The woman you met at the book stand? Why do you think it's her husband?
覚えてないんだけどさ。ちょっと待ってね。革のジャケットだと。あの女の説明と一致する。
The bright blue lining? Well, he's definitely someone's husband.
ここで何が起きたんだと思う？
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
まああんまりいい死に方じゃないよね。酔っ払っていたと思うか？
Oh, yes.
アルコール中毒や、肝不全の可能性は？
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior.
はいはい。
But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
はい。例のリンチ事件やルビーと何か関係があるだろうか？
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case.
まあ事故だろうね。
Yes, but what if there's a killer on the loose? Two suspicious deaths in such a short time frame.
この事件連続殺人犯が絡んでいる可能性も考えた方がいい。
A sequence killer?
だよね。
What if all of this is staged? He could have seen something that night in the yard.
It's possible, but let's take it step by step. We still haven't identified. What about it? The deceased ate some...
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab.
じゃあね、誰かがこの壊れた遊歩道の責任を負うべきだ。危ないじゃないかと。まあ確かにな、穴ぼこだらけだもんな、この遊歩道。
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk.
確かにね、修理はしないだろうね。
Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
じゃあ結論。
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure. Although there's still a question of identifying the body.
でも多分ね、あの女性の旦那さんだよ。こいつをどうするべきだ？
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
待ってよ、現場検視はしなくていいのか？
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me.
だね。
I'd say we should just write down head trauma and leave it at that. Let's keep this detour as short as possible. The sooner we get back to finding Ruby, the better.
そうだね。まあ、ルビー探しが最優先なんだよね。まあ、でも寄り道もしたくなるよね。確かにそうだが、なんだかいい加減じゃないか？
Maybe, but we don't really have much time or resources to spare. The guys at processing will take care of the rest.
どうしよっかな。まあでも経験値も欲しいしな。俺たちが見つけたんだ。最後まで見届けよう。
Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
わかった。じゃあ私さるっと。じゃあ、図書カードを調べればいいのね。図書カード、インタラクトの方か。これか。ジャムロック区立図書館の印があると。インタ
The
ラクト。
library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53.
ビリー・メジャンって人なのかな、この死んじゃった男性は。
Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased or his family member.
中を見る。
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
あ、そうなんだ。私 SF も好きだし、まあスリラーも結構好きだな。それで、裏面を見る。
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005-02-55-211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours 900 to 1800.
もうじゃあ時間過ぎてんな。開館時間が6時までか、夕方の。
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
わかった。なるほど、どっちにしてもじゃダメか。明日になってみないと、図書館の方には連絡できないか。それじゃあホテル、ワーリングインラグズの方に戻ってきたんだけど、あれだよね。無線連絡入れとかなくちゃいけないんだっけ。
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
無線を出す。
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
図書館もうやってないでしょ、さすがに。マルティネーズの遊歩道で死体を見つけたことを報告したい。
One moment.
はい。
Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
身元不明の中年男性だ。身長170から175センチ、黒髪、標準的な体型、転んで遊歩道の穴に落ち、金属製のベンチに頭をぶつけたようだ。
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him and traces of vomit on his shirt.
はいはい。
Any signs of violence?
2番はちょっとまずいな。連続殺人犯が野放しになってる可能性があるって。ただの事故だよ。
No field autopsy necessary.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
はい。
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
ブーツにズボン、古いレザージャケット、裏地は青だ。あとポケットに図書館のカードが入っていた。
Any information on the library card?
ジャムロック区立図書館のものだな。持ち主の名前はビリー・メジャン。
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case or should I assign it to someone else?
俺たちが調べるよ。
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue.
はいはい。
That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
図書館は無理だよね、きっ
I'm
と
afraid
ね。
they're closed. It says here that the library is
そうだよね。
open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
はいはい。
We should try again.
Anything else, Detective?
はい。
57.
In the cabin, you see
よし。じゃあ明日図書館だね。図書館に連絡をすると。あとどうしようかな。そうだ、ガルテにあれか。剥製あれ渡しとくか。まだいるよ、ハーディたち。 ここか。
Can I help you?
ガルテさん、もうここに泊まんなくてよくなったんだよ。うひひ。それで、ガルテ、ワーリングに飾る新しい鳥を持ってきた。エリマキライチョウの、剥製を渡すと。
What is this thing?
何喜んでくんないの？ちょっと小さいけどな、壁に飾ったらいいんじゃないかと思って、俺はそういう景観なんだ。
What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
ありがとうだって。あれちょっと待って、今回のさロールプレイってあれだよね、悪徳警官でやっていくんだよね。ちょっとこれじゃあなんかいいことしたみたいになっちゃうじゃんよ。ダメじゃん。
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem.
そうだった。なんかいいことしちゃった。どうしよう。
This was mostly about the fucking cardio. Massive cardio here. You'll live till 90, or you get a heart attack from running.
はいはい。
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
本当にな、今日はいい仕事をしたよ。それがロールプレイ的にどうなのかなっていうとこあるけどさ。部屋代
Got
ね
the 20 real? Then why are you wasting my time and yours?
やっぱり嫌われてんじゃん。そしたらね、どうしようかな。あれ、そうだ、カラオケってさ、まだ歌えないのかな。なんだっけ、カラオケを歌う条件ってなんだっけ、ちょっと待って。カラオケ。これか。哀愁、悲しい曲の入ったテープ。テープね、なんか知らないうちに手に入れてたりしないかな。テープ。テープ。これ、あれだよね。アーディたちからもらったやつだよね。これは、サンサーンスで一番小さな教会と。
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reel's attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader.
再生ボタンを押す。
You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing.
スピーカーに耳を押し当てる。
It sounds like someone's moving in the room, getting comfortable. Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune, echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Sessons, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad.
目がさーっとつったね。圧倒的な悲しさ。あれこれでいいんでは？
Within seconds, you know this is the one, the real shit you've been looking for, the one you trust your room to. This one tells it like it is. This is your tune.
なるほど。シルビーが言ってた曲かな。
A click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning.
これをカラオケで歌えるだろうか。歌えそうな気がする。
Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this. And you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like a million times.
そうなの？そうなの？主人公この曲が好きだったの？
And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version.
おう。
It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands on your way.
なるほど。どうしても歌わせたいんだね。わかったよ。今の俺を止められるものはない。
Gart, you have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand.
わかったよ。ガルテを説得するの？
The lieutenant watches you pack up the boombox. He doesn't say anything.
こいつ何するつもりだって思ってんだろうね、きっと。 わかった。じゃあガルテを説得すんのね。説得に応じてくれるかしら。ちょっとクイックセーブを。ガルテさん、ちょっとそこで歌わせてくんない？
Hey, was there something you needed?
Well, bringing him that new bird sure made a difference in his attitude.
ほんと変わったな。なんかさ、前はさ、Can I help you? とか言ってたけどさ、少しちょっと変わったね。ガルテ、今すぐカラオケがしたい。剥製渡しといてよかったな。
No, you don't. It's not happening.
なんで？
He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man.
なんで主人公が歌うのが嫌なの？暴れたから？ちょっと待ってね。選択肢多いな。ちょっと待って。1番かな。そうか、だが、この俺が泣けるパフォーマンスを披露してやると言ってるんだぜ。
The whirling doesn't need more sad style. That's one of the styles it can do without right now.
まあそう言わないでさ。自分探しの一環なんだ。歌わせてくれ。
The whirling's not a charity or a musical therapy clinic. It's a commercial establishment. You're going to scare away the customers.
なんだろう、ガルテいじるのほんと楽しいんだけど。ガルテさんには悪いけど。誰にも歌わせないならどうしてマイクなんか設置してる？
It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of 44.
そうなんだ。44年に何があった？
A lot of people got killed because some arsehole wanted to sing karaoke.
なんで？意味がわかんないんだけど。どうして？そうね。小道具のはずがない客のために設置してあるんだろう。定期的に使われているのを知ってるぞ。
Okay, yes, it's for some clients.
一部の客のために置いてあると。誰だろう？組合かな？組合の人間かな？そうか、なら上等だよ。かかってこいよ。
Stop yelling.
ダメか。俺はちゃんとした客だぞ。そうか？そうは思わないけど。料金を払ってるんだからカラオケマシンを使う権利があると。
Ha! Well, we don't have any tapes. They all got stolen.
それが持ってるんだな。それなら大丈夫だ。曲のテープを自分で持ってきた。ガルテにサーンスで一番小さな教会を渡す。
The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown. Hard.
めっちゃ嫌そうだな。
This is the look of a man who's defeated. He knows he's out of excuses.
面白すぎるだろ。
Fine, fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine.
そんなに忌々しいならさ、捨てちゃえばいいのにな。
I'm having it uninstalled, he mumbles to himself. Oh yeah, time to do the damage.
よーし。いいね。やっと歌えるの？そしたら、カラオケ。そっかそっか。クイックセーブだけしといて。どんな歌声なんだろう。何？しっくりくる。あなたはここに所属している。刑事なんだよね、主人公ね。
The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet.
はいはいはい。
You feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady suddenly.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
今さ、ちらっと見えちゃったんだけどさ、これひどくない？絶望のさ、演劇1だよ。これ 3% だよ。無理だろ。待ってね。またこれ改善するかもしれないからな。まずは店内を眺めると。
The bar is full and buzzing with chatter. No one is paying you any attention. But still you feel your knees turn to noodles. Okay, now a couple is looking at you. Even worse.
なんでよ。
You're sweating.
緊張してんの？
They are going to hate you.
ヤジを飛ばす。マイクに唇を押し当ててテストすると。
Immediately, a loud feedback noise startles the room. You feel like an amateur. How are you supposed to hold the mic? Should you just sing into it? Where should you stand?
大丈夫？本当に歌えんのかな？
Does someone feel like throwing up? I do. A little.
ダメじゃん。ちょっとマイナスついちゃったじゃんよ、もう。
I can see that.
うん。おい、もう、確率上げようと思ったらマイナスついちゃったよ。ちょっと待ってね。しょうがない。装備とかでなんとかしよう。演劇ね。よーし、これでどうだ？一応ね、装備品で、プラス3ね。このシャツと、それからこの蝶ネクタイ。これでプラス3で、スキルポイントをね、1ポイント演劇に振ったんよ。これでいけないかな？難しいかな、まだ。今ね、一応スキルこんな感じになってるよ。やっぱ肉体系のスキルがやっぱポイント高いんだよね、どうしてもね。ベースがある。ベースが高いから。うん。で、剣スキルはね、安定の7ですね。素晴らしい。それじゃあ、歌うか。歌ってみよう。
The stage is all
Aye,
you
aye.
feel.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should
42%
turn on the
か。
karaoke carousel.
ちょっとガルテ黙ってて。42か。やってみる？あ、緊張してきた。よし。
The
よ
air
し、やっ
is
た
thick with
やった
anticipation.
よし。主人公の歌声を聞かせてもらおう。
Someone dims the lights as the music starts. Okay, here we go.
言ってくれ。
I would often go there to the tiny church there, the smallest church in San, though it once was larger. How the real may rest there. Down through the mist there, toward the Seven Sisters, toward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there, in that tiny yard there. I have been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now, you are all alone. None of this matters. No, none of this matters at all.
なかなか素晴らしかったんでは？いや、主人公いい声してるわ。うん。あ、これが何？歌詞か？もしかして。これ歌詞だよね、多分ね。なるほどね。なんかちょっと気になったのが一点だけ。主人公のこの歌声っていうか声がさ、吊るされた死体が語りかけてきた声とそっくりなんだよね。みんなもそう思わなかった？なんかさ、声が似てたんだけど。それだけがちょっと気にかかったんだけどさ。なかなかいい声してんな。
A lazy applause fills the room. You feel your hands shake as awareness of your body returns to you.
いや、やっぱスーパースターだわ、主人公。すごいわ。なんて言おうかな。そしたらね、この2番もいいんだけどさ、この3番にしてみようかな。この歌をカラオケを許可してくれたガルテに捧げたい。最高だったぜ、ガルテ。
Yes, well, I'm just doing my job, that's all.
照れてんのかな？
But, are you done now? Can I unplug the microphone? I'd like to unplug the microphone.
じゃあね。そしたら2番かな。Thank you, マルティネーズ。いや、なかなか良かったよ、本当に。素晴らしい。どうも、キム。ねえねえね
Yes?
え。特にないね。意見はないようです。
What about me? Good. Let's change the subject.
一回今度、キムともしっかり話をしてみたいんだけどね。そしたら今回は、まあ、主人公の美声を聞いたところで、終わりにしたいと思います。次回は引き続き、海岸側を中心にまた探索を続けていきたいと思います。それではご視聴ありがとうございました。また次回もよろしくお願いします。